You're criticizing. Let's move to Kpandai. You have.
Yeah, are busy in Kpandai.
I will. Well, unfortunately, in the Volta region as well, in a school, a young child has lost his life because of bee sting as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this happened yesterday. Some people as well still.
My deepest condolences to you and the family.
So bees are not only in Kpandai.
The bees in Kpandai are different.
Okay. I'll come to you, Kamal, because I've been starting with you this morning.
On Kpandai or still on
On Kpandai, because so the Supreme Court, last week at the time, we were waiting to hear from the Supreme Court. Now the Supreme Court has spoken. They have suspended the rerun, where everybody thought that the rerun was going to happen. Unfortunately, the Supreme Court has suspended the rerun.
Were you actually waiting to hear what the Supreme Court would say?
Sorry?
Were we actually waiting to hear what the Supreme Court would say?
No,
let's be fair. Let's be truthful to ourselves. Well, we had a discussion here last week. That's why I've asked this question. Whether we were actually waiting for the Supreme Court pronouncement on this matter.
You still lost me on that question.
Yes, and you will be lost. Why won't you be lost? You will be lost because I sat here and drew the attention of my brother who is a lawyer that, look, if a judicial process is on course, you don't jump the gun. Wait a minute, please. I was actually trying to chastise the clerk of parliament for that letter written. I sat here. These people were all out telling me that, look, the law is what, and the High Court has made the pronouncement and the election must go. I said, look, with the greatest of respect, Article 99 of the Constitution clothes the petitioner with some powers. And, of course, close the judicial process with some powers. And until the finality of same is actually triggered or given, you cannot move on with such a letter. They disagreed with me here vehemently. Today, the question you have posed to me is that last week we were waiting for the Supreme Court to pronounce. I said, were we actually waiting for the Supreme Court? No. I sat here and I mentioned that we had filed as a party through the candidate or the MP, a certiorari application in the Supreme Court. We have also caused to file an appeal against the judgment of the Tamale High Court. And of course, these were the matters. And based on this, I said, this judicial process been going on does not and will not speak well of the clerk of parliament jumping the gun to put the cart before the horse, to write to EC that a vacancy has occurred and therefore go and do election. But this was what I said.
But how does
today we have come back to my point.
How does the suspension amount to what you request?
Suspension of an election, we are not talking about cancellation. But what I said, the suspension comes to cement my point. My point was that if there's an appellate process triggered, and if there are applications pending in court for a pronouncement, everything must stop. But the argument of the NDC was that, look, we had so much appetite for election in Kpandai. We don't care what the law says. We don't believe in whatever, because propaganda is in their blood.
Is that what the NDC says?
I am saying propaganda is in their blood. That is how they are. And therefore, the law will put aside and let's do what we want to do.
Where did the NDC?
You here. You did not look at the recourse of you. As a lawyer, I was expecting my brother to tell us that, look, this is what we have to do.
You saw that I was not here. I was here.
Yes.
You see, it was just law, and people were advancing their theories and understanding.
No, I'm not blaming you. I am blaming the NDC. No, you.
Even the NDC or the NPP.
Yes, but
when you go to courts, either one party has their day in court or not. Does not mean that the other person.
What I said was that, listen, we have come back to this. I'm not wrong, and I will not be wrong. Look, you see, unless you are refusing to comprehend what is happening, or refusing.
You are wrong.
Listen,
okay, what?
The point here is that we have actually gotten to where the point we have made.
The expectations, okay.
Of course, the Supreme Court is said. You see, in Dagbani, he's a Dagomba. He understands it. They say Abuzukanwa Kagura.
What do you mean?
If you haven't stolen something in the market, why run? I am using this proverb. No. I am using this proverb. I am using this proverb to ask a question. Why is the person who claims? The person who claims. Listen to me, please. I am very careful when I'm communicating.
Yes.
Why is the person who claims that, look, I was cheated, and that I'm going to court to contest the election, and you have secured a judgment, that same person, when an application is laid before the Supreme Court and they are looking for you to serve, you are hiding. Why was he hiding? They are candidating Kpandai. Why was he hiding? Up to date.
My goodness.
Until the Supreme Court said that, look, if you can't even see him, send him WhatsApp. They had to even take his Momo number in court to find out whether it was active.
That's what it is.
Yes. I am telling you what happened in court. Before the Supreme Court said that, Justice Fuama, wherever you are, agreed to this.
Find him and serve him.
Justice Fuama said that, look, find him. If you don't find him, serve him on his WhatsApp just to let him come. If you say you claim you have won, you claim you have done the best, why are you running away? Why are you running away? NDC, we're asking you this question.
Good question, though, yeah.
Yes,
Why?
All right, I understand. You see, first of
People are
all,
joking with laws in this country.
I don't know whether when Kamal is coming here, he deliberately decides to set his own questions.
I didn't set my questions. Are you UP or NDC?
I'm UP. I am UP, and I'm a proud one as such.
You've never gone against NDC. That's why I'm asking you this question.
I see how excited you are with the judiciary. Today you are happy
I
with the judiciary, Kamal.
I have criticized the NDC more than anybody in this country.
Okay.
And I'm proud of that. I have criticized President Mahama more than anybody. And I'm proud of that. Just that you have to be a responsible opposition party. You are not being a responsible opposition party. And you don't expect me as a responsible minority party to be joining an irresponsible opposition party. That's
but I find some sense in what Kamal is.
So last week,
They will never find sense.
I was
however, for you will.
The issue was that what the clerk did was right. He was only performing his constitutional mandate. Is that the case? What took place at the Supreme Court was not any determination
as to whether or not his actions constituted a breach of his, yeah.
What they said was that
but Kamal, that's true though.
The interested party had not been served.
Well, I've not seen the full document.
No, but the summary of it.
Yeah, the
they
summary.
said, go and serve. But the person has not been served. So all that you can do is to suspend. If a party to an action, you understand? I mean, they went on by notice. So you have to notify that party who is involved in the matter. You have not served them, so how can any action go on? That is all they did.
Is it becoming difficult?
The people deliberately decided not to go and serve the man.
Hey!
These people.
No, how can you do this? Allow this to go on.
So now, but you, Kamal, I allowed you to say
I'm speaking. Look,
you're speaking.
And you see, one interesting thing this morning. Look, wonders shall never end. That Kamal Dean, Deputy Director of Communications of the New Patriotic Party, is praising Justice Scott Puaman.
Oh, he's the judge of this country.
Jesus Christ. You remember what happened during the Tokonu matter? How they took Justice Scott Puaman to the clinic? And today, even with this ruling, with the ruling at the High Court, you remember what these same people, NPP, you were in this country, when Afenyo Maki, together with the minority, called the judicial a kangaroo. Under 3 weeks, the same people, that's why Ghanaians must be so careful. They must be so careful with this new patriotic party that they can easily change 360 degrees.
Look, don't do this. Speak to the matter.
I'm speaking to the matter. I'm speaking to the matter.
Stop what you're saying.
You see, these tactics, you and I were in NPP. You know how they taught us, so don't worry. Oh. You understand? That you that described the judicial as kangaroo only yesterday, all their lawyers, they were praising the judges. And mind you, those that sat on the matter, Justice Yoni Kolende, Asiedu, Puaman, Amadou Tanko. These are people that the NPP ordinarily have described them as people that do not support their cause.
Now, back to the suspension.
The suspension is normal. It affords them the opportunity of serving the other party. They have to go to court. I have said that if they are wrong, they are wrong. There's no way the judiciary must force anything on them. But from how they are behaving, it seems to me, and I'm very sure, that they are afraid to go for the rerun. And I've said that Nindam must not invest a penny should the court clear the way for a rerun, because it will be an emphatic victory for the other candidate. The reason being that it is their time. This is the era of the NDC. Anything they do becomes a star. So you cannot fight the wave. That is what they must understand.
Now you understand why I say he's NDC, not UP.
Oh, but it doesn't matter.
Era of NDC,
no,
not era of UP.
What are we discussing?
When Dr. Zato was being accused of being NPP, you didn't come out.
So I don't have a problem that whatever you describe is their modus operandi. I understand this very well. Even we have an NPP member here who is disguising himself as a political star. He's running away from the party. I'm as a United Party. What name did you give to me? What was my title? Director of what? Communications of the United Party. I speak to facts. The mere fact that it does not agree with your position. Of course, if I agree with your position, I will still be in the NPP. Is that not the case?
Right.
We are being responsible opposition party. The mere fact that you are in opposition, that doesn't mean that anytime you come here, even if it is white, Kamal, you should come and say it's black. That will not be countenized. You understand? We will
All
make
that I
sure
said
that
here,
they
you
do
are
what is
rather,
right.
you are rather spewing out
So
what is black.
the Supreme Court is right on that.
You are spewing
And
out
I
what is
believe
black.
that our brothers, having praised the Supreme Court, will learn from it. They will learn how to be decorous, how to
Okay.
ensure that they always speak truth.
Okay.
The substantive case, they say 13th January, you'll be in
Wait.
this country and see
Okay.
what happens.
Hamza, first of all, I indulge you as a lawyer before a politician. The suspension of the rerun, the suspension of it, what does it mean to the legal process, the legal tussle that's
It
been
is
happening?
not equivalent to vacation of the High Court ruling or sudden declaration of validity on the part of the former MP Martin Yundam. As far as I'm
Nobody has said
concerned,
so anyway.
what has been suspended has to do with the elections that was scheduled to take place on the 30th of this month. And so Matthew Nyindam still remains an MP who cannot go to Parliament as far as the clerk's letter is concerned.
It does not reverse.
It
the
does
past.
not. It does not. It does not reverse. It's just what has been suspended has to do with the election that was scheduled to take place on the 30th. So he is still a persona non grata, as we say in law, as far as the Parliament of Ghana is concerned. So that's why I was a little bit concerned about the submissions of my brother and the sudden excitement.
I didn't say that.
Of
That's
joy
what you
and
said.
If you need to listen
That's
to
the import of what they say. That's what the import of
what I said was that judicial process while on, whatever actions is put
I
to
agree.
stop. But I didn't say he should go back to
But
Parliament.
the actions included, the actions included restoring the NAM to Parliament.
Let's have Hamza.
I didn't say so.
Hamza.
So
The matter has not been looked at.
MFR,
Just
you see,
process.
There's a need for us to contextualize this matter. And for me, it presents two major strands. The first strand being the sudden feel of glory and confidence in our judicial architecture. Every Ghanaian must be excited about it. Every Ghanaian must be excited. Irrespective of our partisan affiliations.
Speak to the matter.
This government joined the good people of this country to raise issues about how our judiciary was working in the past, where political operatives had strange influence over our judicial architecture, where attorney generals of our republic, paid by the taxpayers' money, decided to engage in unethical conduct by dealing with witnesses on the other side, inviting them
That's
to
unfair.
perpetuate lies
That's unfair to them.
on victims.
Very unfair.
He's a lawyer. He will bear the
I
consequences.
will bear the consequences.
That's very unfair.
I will bear the
No, but he's
consequences.
a lawyer.
I will bear. You mentioned his name.
He bear the
You mentioned his
consequences.
name. You mentioned, so clearly, who the cap fits. So you mentioned his name. I didn't mention them his name. I told you attorney generals. And I used plural. You mentioned
That's
his
very
name.
unfair. It's not true.
So,
not
MFA,
lie.
this was the situation we found ourselves. When, not long ago, and I'm glad Solo made references to it, when the judiciary, under the leadership of His Lordship, the revered Bafo Boni, started making reforms and getting the judiciary to work for all Ghanaians, including MPP members, many of them, they are leading members in parliament, refer to them as paymasters of the executive,
Including Kamal.
including Kamal, on this same platform.
Paymasters.
Today, you see the hypocrisy of the NPP.
Too much.
They are, since yesterday, they have been on the top of their,
You
on top
mentioned
of
my
their
name,
voices,
and I think I have to clear myself. Very
condemning,
important.
celebrating,
Yes.
and
No, I have to-
thanking the Supreme
my
Court
submission in context, so that
for
you will not be
ruling in a way that favors them. That is not a victory for the NDC. This is that is not a victory for the MPP.
But
this
Hamza,
is a victory
you hear Kamal,
for the
he
National
said that
Democratic
their
Congress
arguments hinge
and His Excellency
on
President
judicial
Mahama.
process.
But that is why I'm saying that these are the very people who didn't believe in the judicial process.
Oh,
They
They told you
But
that the
that's- but
judiciary
that's
we
their
have.
cup. Don't drink
Please.
from their cup.
No, but no. Ghanaians
Everyone
need to
will
know.
drink from that cup.
But Ghanaians need to know. MFA, you see, that is why on this same platform, I remember that any point in time that the laws work against them, I told you that they find everything wrong with the law.
They even boycotted the
When
vetting
it
of
works
the
in their
chief
favor,
justice.
they celebrate.
These people.
And I'm telling you that the MPP today should not just stop at the thanking of the Supreme Court. They should extend that thanks to a gentleman who occupies the seat of the presidency, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, who is not interested in interfering with judicial processes in this country
What's your take
to achieve political
What's your
aims.
take on What's
And
your
now-
take on the Supreme Court
And then now back
in
on
the
the
judicial?
and now
That's what they should talk
that's
about.
why I told that it's two
They have
strands.
nothing to
I told
say.
that my submissions are two strands. That's the first strand.
Okay, the second.
And the second strand goes to the earlier discussion we had here last week. If you followed me
Yes.
clearly, Solo was seated here. And when Solo made references to CI-19 and the automatic stay and subsequent, I prompted him about Rule 27.2,
Yeah.
which says under CI-19 that even after the 7 days, the application should still be treated as an automatic stay. Didn't I say that? As a stay. Didn't I say that? I made that point. And I proceeded to make references to the Vincent
No, you did.
Asafua ruling.
Yes, you did.
You can play the video.
No, you did.
I proceeded to make references to the Vincent Asafua ruling and said that based on that ruling, it is difficult to have a tentative position
On the matter.
on the matter. And I didn't end there. I told you that there's constitutional basis for the conduct of the clerk of parliament, but also proceeded to say that I would not have faulted the clerk for also exercising a discretion not to write that letter. Didn't I say that on this platform?
You are fine-tuning what you said
No,
last
no, he said it.
Didn't play back
play
the
again.
video.
From
The
the
video,
fine-tuning what you said
But even what has happened
It's what you are
So you see,
explaining now.
when it
What was
comes
your
to,
position?
when it comes to those of us in the
Your
national
position was that we should reinstate Nyendam. Nyendam
When
is
it-
home.
Fine-tuning what you said last week.
I'm not. That's why I'm telling they should. I'm challenging them to replay that video.
They will not replay it. You are fine-tuning.
So you see.
As you are doing press conferences, Nyendam is still home.
MFA, let me land. Let me land.
Sometimes I'm surprised
Let me
about
land. And I made the point. I was clear that as far as I'm concerned, I do not see anything wrong with the decision of the clerk of parliament to honor his constitutional responsibility under Article 1125 to proceed to declare. I made that point.
Yes, you did.
And that if there are any issues, it is the court that would not have to stop the electoral commission from proceeding to organize the election. I made that point too.
That I recall.
Clearly. And that is what the court has done. And for us in the National Democratic Congress, when we sit on platform of this nature to speak, we just don't speak advancing our political aims and objectives. We are minded by the national interest. And that is the distinct difference between the NDC and the NPP.
Okay.
And the
Dr.
Videos
Zato,
of what I said, I have them here.
Zato.
All the
I mean,
last week's.
I mean, if you don't,
So you see,
I
what-
mean, we
when
can
they
pull
do
it
this,
up
it's
if
not
we have
proper.
time.
Yes,
It's both of you, your word against
People
each
were
other. I
against it.
recall what each
I
of
was
you
against
said.
one.
But anyway, Dr. Zato,
I
it is
think-
now Dr. Zato's turn. He was quiet all through. I expect the same for him too.
No problem.
Thank you very much. I'm glad that at least the elders have spoken. The Supreme Court, they are the elders. They have shown maturity. And I think that the ruling they've come out is actually, I find that ruling particularly weird.
The suspension?
Yeah, weird in the sense that mostly when courts rule, they determine winners and losers. But in this particular case, it seems everybody has won. Everybody is happy with the ruling that has come from the court. And that's why I'm saying that it's weird. So I don't want to look at it not from the legal position, which I can't advance, but from the politics and the policy positions of what they have said. I've heard the NDC Deputy Director of Elections and everything praising this ruling. He's very happy, he's very excited. And I'm like, what is happening? And I've also seen that the NDC has already gone to Kpandai to campaign, and the Bs, I'll come to the Bs very soon. But so it did ask me. So you saw the MPP lawyers, they were happy, they were magnanimous, they were happy with the courts for their ruling, and they thanked the court. And then you've seen the NDC also saying that we're happy with it. Then the question is why? Current polling that we have indicates that Nyendam is on his path to winning, to retaining that seat if election was happening. There is evidence and there's data to that effect that if it happens, there's evidence to the fact that Nyendam is
Data
on
by
the
who? Who presented?
Global Info Analytics.
Oh, today you
Global
people believe
Info
in
Analytics.
But
Responding to him.
but
Today
the
you
same
people believe global info
analytics
analytics.
said it's too
Okay.
close to call.
So you see, so you still say this matter. So I'm saying outside that. So there's evidence, there's data that shows that if elections were happen today, he's leading his competitor back.
But you're not mindful of the margin of error.
I'm margins of
margin of
error.
error
So that I said today, I'm saying that is the evidence. That's the poll.
That's
I'm
same
talking
poll.
to a
No, but that's same
yes,
poll
it's true.
that
Yes,
said-
people win within margin of errors. The margin of error actually just means that his victory could be higher or lower, but the question remains that he's there.
So this
Yes.
particular margin of error suggests that to go to the other side.
Yes.
No, but I'm telling you that. But the margin of error also applies to the other guy. His numbers to imagine
So
of
there was no
applies to him.
tentative conclusion.
There is. The guy has over 50.
The guy would win.
You see that?
So you are wrong.
The data shows that he has over 50. You need over 50 to win. That is what the current data shows.
Yeah.
The current data shows has over 50. If it was, he will win. That's the point I'm making.
Okay.
So that's what it shows. So the NDC, the reason why they hate their candidate from being served is because they knew that with the goodwill of Yindam, if the election had gone on to the first, they were going to lose that seat. They knew that if they had presented Yindam, the court has struck it down, and they said they will lose that seat.
Matter in court about
The point I'm making is that, but then the NPP too then could have also said that, look, it's okay, it's natural, and it's just to be scared of by-elections when you are in opposition.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, if you are not afraid of that, or if you are not worried about it, then you are not being analytical, because an incumbent, any incumbent, with vast resources at their disposal. If you see this, the collected budgets, that were the monies that were used for the Kwetia, and even the other one here.
Ablekuma.
Huge sums of money allegedly used. So any incumbent with that reservoir of resources, if you are going to face them, no matter what the polling says or suggests, will mean that you should be careful. So I think that both parties, that's why you see that both parties have taken a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
At least they know that now they get to spend Christmas, they get to spend New Year, and then they continue to fight again. That's what I'm saying, that the rule is kind of weird, that everybody had something in it. That probably the NPP was not ready to go for election. The NDC too knew that the NDC was not ready. The NPP too was afraid that, hey, Massa, whenever you are going against a monster of an incumbency, that's the point I'm saying, you must always get, you can never take anything for granted. So based on those two things, that is why you've seen that there seems to be relative calm. Everybody has put down their decision. But something else happened in Kpandai when some important people went there to campaign. They were attacked massively by the bees in Kpandai, and they ran away for their life. They said it. They confirmed the bees. Why did the bees attack them? Because the gods said it, because the gods hate nonsense. The gods hate injustice. The gods hate fraudulence. The gods hated whatever plot they were plotting there. The gods of Kpandai have given their blessing to a candidate that was selected. And they are saying, don't come here and try to undo what the gods have done. And they brought the bees. I'm happy nobody was hurt or harmed as a result of bee attack. But the bees attack is a big message to them. Please stop this injustice.
Yeah.
In Kpandai, because of the bees.
Someone died.
You see.
So you are happy that someone died?
The person,
you people are happy.
I'm telling you what happened.
You people are happy. So this is why politics have gotten to that bees will attack someone allegedly, and the person is dead, and you are happy. That is the position of the new progressive party. That is the position of the new.
No, anyway.
We leave it to the judgment of the people.
I'm sorry that I didn't know that somebody had died. And if
yeah,
the person made the person so rest in perfect peace.
Yeah.
Rest in perfect
What the
peace. Don't do
gods have
politics with
shown
that.
them, what the gods have demonstrated is that injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere.
If you say,
I believe in the gods.
if you recognize,
I believe in the gods and their
died,
ancestors.
and
I'm saying that.
and you say
If the gods of the land,
we are wrapping up. Yeah,
The gods must not be blamed.
Today is the last
The person to be blamed is the people who went into the change. Yes.
I think you have been an amazing panel for Thursdays, of
thank
course,
you.
even for the entire show. But 30 seconds, wish Merry Christmas before you go. We'll see you till next year.
Hey, Merry Christmas to all of you. Those of you who have, just meet me and share with me. Those who have it in abundance, just meet me and share with me. But they should make sure that you don't overspend. The little you have, remember,
very, very important.
January is around the corner. School fees will be around the corner.
Okay.
Make sure you save and go and pay the fees and be responsible.
Don't do that and say that you.
All right, come on.
Well, before I wish you a Merry Christmas, you especially.
Thank you.
And also your team of workers here, I would like to say that what we just discussed has to do with not the substantive matter yet.
Absolutely.
So that's what we are discussing.
With all respect.
So you have corrected yourself.
Oh, please.
He's using his Merry Christmas time.
30 seconds, you are allowing him this.
I just want to put this.
Conclusion matters, yeah.
And again, what we did discuss, which they decided to chastise the NPP, okay, for going against judiciary. And then, of course, looking good as saints, that as if they have never, they are not on record to have called people unanimous FC in this country. Justice Puaman, Justice Yoni Kolendi, Justice Amadi Tanko, Justice Bafuboni, and all the Supreme Court justices that we have today were members of the Supreme Court when you called them Unanimous FC.
Okay.
They were.
So you also do.
I just want
How's
to
that?
based on that, I'll say a Merry Christmas to
You don't have any
every
Merry
single
Christmas,
person,
yeah.
and especially to you.
Thank
I don't know where your Christmas is going to be. Maybe some beautiful holiday somewhere. Are you going to Monaco?
No,
I'm
I'll be right
interested.
here.
Oh, you'll be right here. Okay.
I'm interested in Solo's admonition that we should spend wisely.
But who has even the money? You have the money to spend. So you maybe he's
When I
directing that
walked
to you.
into the studio,
We don't even have.
you described me
Just
that
a simple
I only dress nice doesn't mean
I never-
I'm a
nobody
bit-
heard
That's
that.
what you
Yes,
said.
yes.
Anyway.
I said I only. You told me that I only dress nice, but when it comes to pocket, my pockets are empty. I agree that I'm a typical British.
You are being an ambassador to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, enjoying all the goodies. What are you talking about?
So Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
But take less beer.
What is that?
The beer shouldn't be
all
too
our
much.
followers
So you
here
need to fight.
a happy.
No, I was not going to fight. I was
Merry-
making like he interrupted.
I want to wish everybody here Merry Christmas.
Are you? But you just indicated your belief in the
My
God.
big brother,
What Merry Christmas are you talking about?
Victor Puso Zato.
Someone who said that
turns
God.
50.
Okay.
We're celebrating his 50 years anniversary.
but
We're celebrating on
this-
Saturday.
But they said they brought
Puso,
Malam, we brought Malam for
Happy birthday to you. Happy 50th anniversary
How
to
can you
you.
say
I pray that God
I
will
think
give you
it's
many,
my
many
best.
50
Okay.
years. The whole family will be gathered on Saturday at your residence to celebrate your
May
life.
next year
You are
bring
well
Kenneth
celebrated.
Oriata back to
You are
the
an amazing
Did
big
you
brother.
corroborate
You are an
with me?
amazing
Let's
father.
spend
You are an amazing
wisely.
husband.
Let's
God bless you. I love you,
quickly.
Puso. God
Very
bless you.
quickly.
Thank you.
Let's hear break Oriata.
Well,
you-
guys,
you've lost your Merry
happy
Christmas
birthday
greetings.
to Hajia Mariama, a.k.a. Hajia Gold. May the Almighty Allah bless you with good health as you age gracefully from Her Royal Highness Na Kokai Densua Osamanye, the 5th, Kokwase Manye. Happy birthday to you, Hajia Mariama. Well, please stay with us.